Well, hello to all of you out there in YouTube land. Did you enjoy the wonderful weather out there today? It was a hot one, wasn't it? Hot enough to make me think I should have bought a house with a pool. But then again, that would just give Mrs. Sloan something else to take care of while I do research for videos and put these videos together for you guys to watch. No, I'm just kidding. I would hire her a pool boy to do that for her. No, wait a minute. No, I better not do that either. So anyways, I wanted to let you know that my video last week there, Jeffrey Russell, the tree jumper from Pensacola, Florida, that was taken down by YouTube for a community guidelines strike. It seems I accidentally left his address upon one of the pictures. I did fix it by blocking the address, so then I resubmitted it to YouTube for reconsideration. So hopefully that video will be back up within the next 48 hours or so. In the meantime, I told you I saw a video on Dopey Dog the other day, and it was on Lord Pele's channel, the Lord Pele Frauditor Review channel. So go on over and pay him a visit and subscribe if you like what he does over there. And in this video, Dopey Dog tries to tell the police how the trespassing law works. And it's hilarious, I'm telling you folks. Have a listen to it right here.
Okay, so the way trespass works is I need a verbal warning first. Now, the way the verbal works is I have to step onto his property.
You don't have to step on the property.
Oh, really?
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
Now, old Dopey Dog, he knows all about the law, or he thinks he does, because he's broken the law so much. But he's totally misunderstanding the trespass statute and how it works. Plus, no one is arresting him here for trespassing. They are giving him his verbal warning that he is talking about at this time. And no, you don't have to actually go onto the property that you're going to be trespassed from. This here is actually a private business, so they can meet you at the door and tell you they don't want you to come in and you have to leave. So, but however the criminal mind works, folks. Just say no to drugs, ladies and gentlemen. Because kids, this is why you shouldn't do drugs. Because your mind will get fried just like Dopey Dog here. So let's go back in time and take a look at the past of Dopey Dog. That's Heath Joseph the Hellraiser from Entiat, Washington. So as you can see, old Heath can't drive for shit. He has tickets in at least 3 different states. Now, to me, it's pretty bad when you can't even get behind the wheel of a car and not obey the law. Driving while suspended, hit and run, driving while intoxicated, and 6 more counts of driving while suspended. Now, let's get into his criminal history, because he became a convicted felon at the ripe old age of 18. And as far as I can tell, I can't get into his juvenile history, but as far as I can tell, at 18 years old, he became a felon right here on March 4th, 1998. He's charged with burglary, second degree, a felony out of Douglas County, Washington. We got malicious mischief, a felony out of Douglas County, Washington. He was found guilty to both charges. He was sentenced to 25 days in jail on count 1, 15 days in jail on count 2. That was consecutive. So they made him do 40 days in jail. And then it's weird, then they sentenced him to 20 more days in jail plus 30 more days of jail. It's like they gave him a break for a day or two and then put him right back in, or, weird. So, go ahead, 5 months into August 30th, 1998. He's got to fail to comply with one of those driving tickets he got down below, the driving while license suspended. He was found guilty in Chelan County, Washington. And if I'm pronouncing that wrong, somebody will let me know, I'm sure. Anyways, they gave him 10 days in jail. And we go to March 15th, 1999. We've got another felony case, assault, out of Grant County, Washington. He was found guilty, given 90 days in jail, 12 months probation, and a $1,000 fine and fees. Sometime during that, it said that he got a violation that resulted in a 10-day jail stay. And we go ahead to May 1st, 1999. He's charged with minor in possession and or consumption of liquor out of Chelan County, Washington. He was found guilty on that. He was given 365 days in jail, but they suspended 364 days of that, and they gave him a $250 fine. Now we're going to go ahead 3 years till his next one, and on November 6th, 2002, he's charged with assault causing bodily injury to a family member, which was a misdemeanor. That was out of Bell County, Texas. So he tried to move to get away from his problems, and geez, they seemed to follow him all the way across the country. Anyways, he was found guilty on that charge. He was given 3 days in jail, which was time served, and $963 in fine and fees. Now we go ahead just a few months, and on April 7th, 2003, assault by contact of a family member, another domestic violence charge, also out of Bell County, Texas. He was found guilty on that, and there's unknown disposition. There's nothing listed underneath telling me, so I could tell you what he actually got for that. 8 months later, he's flown back or fleed back to Chelan County, Washington. 8 months later, assault, domestic violence, misdemeanor. He's found guilty, given 365 days in jail. They suspended 363 days of that. They gave him 2 years of probation and a $250 fine. Oh, about 5-6 months, and on May 3rd, 2004, assault, domestic violence out of Chelan County, Washington. And he was also charged with malicious mischief, domestic violence out of same county. He was found guilty on both charges. And then get this, 365 days in jail. They suspended all 365 days, 2 years of probation, and a $5,000 fine, which they suspended. And then we go to count 2, where he was found guilty. He was given 90 days in jail. He suspended all 90 days and gave him a $1,000 fine that they suspended. No, they didn't really do anything to him other than put him on probation for a couple of years. So we're going to go ahead 10 years. Ladies and gentlemen, where was Heath Joseph, the Hellraiser, for 10 years? That just went quiet. Anyways, on June 30th, 2014, he picked up a malicious mischief third-degree charge out of Chelan County, and that charge was dismissed. And then we're going to go ahead just a couple of months, and on August 25th, 2014, he's picked up for felony controlled substance possession, and they dismissed that charge for some reason. Now we're going to go ahead 2 years to December 1st, 2016. He's picked up for 2 counts of criminal possession of a dangerous drug, which was a felony, out of Dawson County, Montana. So he left Chelan County there in 2014 and ran off to Montana. I wonder if he was with the circus. But he couldn't even stay out of trouble in Montana either. So, and then we got picked up for use or possess of property subject to criminal forfeiture, which was a felony. And then we've got criminal possession of drug paraphernalia, which was a misdemeanor. He's found guilty on count 1. So we got charged in 3. So he was found guilty of 1 count of criminal possession of dangerous drugs. What's that now? 3 or 4 felonies he's convicted of. Anyways, 2 and 4 got dismissed. They gave him 5 years in prison suspended, and they gave him 5 years of probation. out of Montana. Now we're going to go ahead. Looks like he was a good boy for a little while there. From 2016, he probably didn't get through court till 2017. So the 5 years he was on probation, he did good. Then he went back to Washington again. He was trying to get away from himself. Funny, isn't it there, Heath? Everywhere you go, there you are. Maybe you are the problem. Anyways, he picked up 2 trespassing charges, one in Pierce County in June of 2022, and that criminal trespass charge was dismissed. On January 15th, 2023, he was charged with trespassing, and that charge was dismissed. But 10 days later, he gets charged on January 25th, 2023 for obstructing a public officer, a misdemeanor, out of Chelan County, Washington. Found guilty, given 364 days in jail, $5,000 fine that they suspended $4,750 of, and he was given 1 year of unsupervised probation. After 30 days in jail at a review hearing, his jail sentence was the remainder of his jail sentence, which was 341 days, was suspended. So he walked away with basically a $250 fine for obstructing a public officer. And we go ahead 6 months, July 20th, 2023, interfere or obstruct with any court building in Chelan County, and they dismissed that charge. He seems to be, the older he gets, the softer they get on him, and the more crimes he's done. And it's Washington. I don't understand. And let's see, October 19th, 2023, we've got assault, 4th degree, a misdemeanor out of Douglas County, Washington. We got a criminal trespass, 1st degree, Douglas County, Washington. Count 1 was dismissed. He was found guilty of the criminal trespassing. He was given 364 days in jail, which they suspended 362 of it. He got a $5,000 fine, which was suspended, and 2 years of probation. Now, on April 29th, 2024, this is going to be an interesting one. One court website I went to shows that he pled guilty to a felony assault on a law enforcement officer, he was found guilty and given 10 days in jail. But when I went to the Washington State Patrol, has a website that you can do background checks on people. I paid for that and got a background check on him, and it didn't come up in that. So I thought that was kind of weird. So being the guy I am, I called Washington State Patrol out there. I called one of their barracks, and I ended up talking to a very nice young lady who, after I identified myself and I sent her a copy of my retired ID card, she helped me out quite a bit and ran him through their computer system and said that was not coming up for him. So I got a case number there. I think Monday or Tuesday I'll give a shout out to the Chelan County Court and see what they can tell me on that one. Why it comes up on one site but not another, and doesn't show up under the Washington State Patrol's computer system. So, alrighty, we've got 3 civil cases he had. Back in December 2008, Crystal sued Heath for a dissolution of marriage without children. Took about 3 months, but the case was closed after 3 months, and he was divorced. And this is another weird one. February 26, 2009, there was a petition by the state to enforce child support in Chelan County there. The last thing in that states 12/17/09, the prosecution requesting the hearing be canceled, and there was nothing else after that. So I'm going to say that the state dropped the case to get child support from him, except for 10 years later. 10 years later, they whacked him. On May 2nd, 2019, the Department of Social and Health Services sued Heath in Chelan County, and a judgment was placed against Heath for $7,146 for child support arrears. Does it really surprise you folks when you'll take a look at what a dirtbag this guy is? And we got our header there. We got old El Dope Dog there, Heath Joseph, and I'm calling him a Hellraiser. He's born in January 1980, 45 years old. Look at this picture right here. Doesn't he look like he's in his 60s? Yeah, life has not been very nice to him. So I got the last four of his social there I had to block out. He's living in Entiat, Washington at the moment, or that's where his post office box is anyways. He has had, listen to this, 26 different addresses in at least 5 states that I can find in the last 30 years. Can you believe that? Can you imagine moving, packing up everything you own and moving 26 times in your lifetime? I know people in the military that have not moved anywhere near that amount of time. So, all right. So anyways, we got an email address for him there. You'll have to guess what the server actually is. I don't want to get in trouble for an email address. We got 2 phone numbers there for him. I don't know which one is good or if they're both good. And I do want to point out that during one of his videos back in July of 2023, I watched, his lawyer was there. I don't know if it was in court or outside court, and they were talking, but he stated unequivocally that Heath had, mental health problems and needed help. I agree. He has a tattoo 13 on his arms. On his right forearm, he has a 1. On the left forearm, he has the 3. So when he throws his arm up, he's throwing up 13. I don't know what that means to him, but in the gang world, that could mean something. And that is all I could find on the background of El Dopey Dog, Heath Joseph Hellraiser from Entiat, Washington. I hope it explains how he's a career criminal, a drug abuser, and according to his own lawyer, has mental health problems. Citizen journalist? Yeah, in your dreams, maybe. He's just another career criminal with an axe to grind against the system because it's held him accountable for his actions for at least the past 27 years. His videotaping has nothing to do with the First Amendment, but it has everything to do with his antisocial disorders that he suffers from, and he's using and abusing the First Amendment to do it. So give us a comment down below on what you think of El Dopey Dog, his criminal past, and his frauditing endeavors. If you so please hit that thumbs up button and let us know what you think of the video and how well of a good job that we did. Please continue to back the blue like you do and support your local law enforcement. Let them know that you care about them. You support the tough job that they do and that you want them out there on the streets protecting you. I appreciate all of you for stopping by to watch the video, supporting this channel, and interacting with the channel to let us know how we're doing out here. But for now, I'm going to get out of here and go to bed. So until next time, y'all take care out there now.